Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. So the main purpose of this video is just going to be me talking about my first wildcard draft team. So what I want to do is kind of answer a lot of questions in this video, go through my players, go through each positions and why I picked these players. And I also want to help you guys out on what if you don't have a wild card? Which kind of players that you should aim for? Which kind of players that you should bring into your team? And what kind of strategies that you should really go with? Now on Tuesday, I'm going to be posting my preview video for Game Week 34. And I also will be talking about results for Game Week 33. And I might post a cheeky video before the deadline. Now, before I go into my team, if you haven't already and you still want to vote for me in the Football Blogging Awards for the best fantasy football creator, you can do so. I'll put the link in the description. It'll be the first link. I'll put a link in the comments as well. All you got to do is go to this drop down, click my name, write your name if you want to, click agree and press vote. Thank you. So this is my wildcard team so far. Now it's only my first draft, so a lot of things can change. Now the first thing that you are seeing right here is, wait a minute, there's no any Arsenal cover like Lacazette or Aubameyang. Well, for now I'm gonna go without them, and then I'll make another draft team to see if I can fit in Lacazette or Aubameyang, and to see if my overall team, to see if I'm really happy with my overall team, because you need. If you're using your wildcard now, you are pretty much not only aiming for those double game week fixtures in Game Week 35, but you are looking into the long run as well. Now, before I go through each position, there's a big question that a lot of people are asking is, what if? What if I don't have a wildcard chip? What should I do? Which kind of players I should go for? Which kind of strategies I should kind of aim for? Well, the number one strategy is try and get in some double game week players. As you all know, for Game Week 34, there's only a small little double game week, and that's Brighton playing twice. So Brighton against Bournemouth and Brighton against Cardiff. And as you can see, Cardiff has got a game against Burnley, and they've got this extra fixture in this double game week against Brighton away. So a lot of managers are trying to stock a lot of Brighton players especially. So if you don't have any, maybe at least get one of those defenders or maybe the goalkeeper. And you want to try and aim in for bringing some double game week players from Game Week 35 as well. Now, the good thing with Brighton players is not only they got a good double game week in Game Week 34, but they actually got another double game week in Game Week 35. And having cheaper options like Duffy and Ryan, they are actually not too bad. And you don't have to play them throughout the season. You can bench them later on. And the other strategy is go for teams that has got something to play for. Such as Liverpool, they're going for the Premier League. They've got really good fixtures towards the end of the season. And this goes same with Manchester City. Yes, there's more rotation risk here, so it's really up to you if you want to go for 2 or 1. And they still got a really good. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter what kind of fixtures they have; they will still do well. And the other big option that I wanted to mention is Spurs. If you look at these fixtures, these are incredible. Yes, the only difficult one here is Manchester City away, but the next game against Huddersfield at home, Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth, and to finish it off, Everton at home. These are incredible fixtures for Tottenham to do well, to score a lot of goals, to score a lot of points for our players. Now, if you want to go for cheaper options, that is got a double game week and a decent run up to the end of the season, then have a look at Watford. Watford players are doing pretty well. They got a double game week in Game Week 35, which is really, really good. And a decent fixtures towards the end of the season. This goes same with Wolves. They got a double game week in Game Week 35, which is actually really good. And a decent run up as well towards the end of the season. Like Watford away and Fulham at home looks really, really good. So my strategy is use the wildcard in game week 34, which I already activated, and then bench boost in game week 35, because this is where another big double game week is. So I'm going to go through my team now. As you all know, I don't have any Arsenal cover. Just going without them for now, and later on I'll have a look and see if I can fit in Lacazette, if I'm really happy with my overall team. So let's start with my goalkeepers. As you can see, I've got Ryan and Foster. Now, I went with Ryan is because he's got double game week, not only in game week 34, but in game week 35 as well. Good fixtures for Brighton to get some clean sheets from. 2 home fixtures are incredible. There's a lot of people are trying to captain these players as well. I was thinking about that, but because I got Harry Kane in my team, I think Harry Kane could be a better option. Now, Trippier, Song and Kane, these are my Spurs options. If I look at these fixtures, these are just incredible. That's why I went with 3 Tottenham players. Yes, there could be some rotation with Song, and there might be a chance for Trippier to be rotated as well, but it all depends on Ore's injury. Now, I could remove Ryan. I could go and get myself like Lloris and make him my main goalkeeper. But with this kind of strategy, I could have something like this after game week 35. So let's just move on. Let's go to game week 35 here. As you can see, after game week 36, Spurs against West Ham, and then we got Manchester City against Burnley. We got Liverpool against Huddersfield. So this back line looks really, really good. So really strong. So that's the kind of strategy that I'm going to go with. Try and get that back line how it was in the beginning of the season, really, really strong. Now, I still have 2 Liverpool players. Like I said before that, they're going to go for the Premier League. They're going to try their best to win it. And Van Dijk is still here in my team. And just a really good fixtures throughout until the end of the season. Mane is here because I don't really want Salah in my team. Yes, he could still do well. But the problem is Salah is just too expensive. And if I'm wildcarding and if I'm bench boosting in game week 35, I want a really good players throughout my whole team. And of course, at the end of the season, I will have a lot of problems on who I should bench. But I think I'll deal with that at the end of the season. For now, I'm going to go with a decent team for that double game week 35. Still got 2 Manchester City players. I think having some kind of cover is important. Yes, Sterling could still be benched, but because of a decent bench, I should cover if any of my players doesn't play. Obviously 3 Spurs, and the only problem is, should I go with a Manchester United player, yes or no? A lot of managers out there are going without. I think they can still do pretty well here. And towards the end of the season, they got good fixtures. They can still do well. Yes, it's just this double game week is looking bad, and plus they're playing against Barcelona, so there could be a lot of rotation there. So I don't know. Martial is here for now. I could always change him up to get an Arsenal player, like I said. Like I could downgrade him, and I can upgrade Troy Deeney or something. So I'll look into another draft later on in the week. And as you can see, Raul Jimenez is back in my team. Should have never left my team, to be honest with you. And yeah, this double game is looking really good. This bench boost that I'm going to be doing in game week 35, I'm just hoping I can get a lot of points with. And Harry Kane's going to be my captain. I've got Troy Deeney. Something different. Yes, a lot of managers are going with Decore or Deulofeu. I think Troy Deeney is a good option as well. As you can see, he's actually on form. Scored last game week. Manchester United and Liverpool, he blanked. But other than that, against Cardiff, scored 2, assisted 1. Leicester at home, scored 1 and assisted 1. Manchester City assisted. And as you can see, even in this Arsenal game, I feel like he's going to do well. I don't know what it is. I just feel like he's going to do something here. This double game week that he has, Watford has Huddersfield and Southampton, it's actually really good. And towards the end of the season, 2 home games and 1 difficult one against Chelsea. I think it's not too bad to have some kind of cover from Watford. Of course, I got Laporte. Benching him for now. I don't think I should, but for now, he's on my bench. And this cheap Southampton player, 4.1. A decent run-up as well. Not only for those double game weeks, but a decent run-up just in case if, like, Sterling is out, like if he's benched or something, then players like this can cover. So that is my team so far. I'm looking into have like a main goalkeeper like Lloris, maybe removing Trippier, so something like this. Something like this, but like bringing Lloris here, so my main goalkeeper, so I don't need to worry about Trippier, you know, being rotated. I could go and get an Arsenal cover if I wanted to. So I can go and get Kolasinac here. And I have like a 0.4. I could go for a cheaper option such as Ryan Bennett getting back into my team. And with this, have a look at this. So with this, I could just play this like that. And with 1.3, what I could do is use that money and upgrade Camarasa here. So in game week 35, I can go for a player that is 5.8. So I can go for Ward-Prowse, a Southampton player. I think this might be a nice option as well to get like a get more double game week players. So remove Camarasa that has only got 1 single game week and bring in a player like Ward-Prowse that has got really good fixtures throughout towards the end of the season. So that is my first draft. Still a lot of planning to do, still a lot of players that need to change around. I want to hear your thoughts, I want to know what you guys are thinking. And these are the things that I like to do. Post the video now so we can get all the information as possible and then make a team, make a really strong team, not only for Game 34, but onwards. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, come give this video, come subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.